Well, we'll tell you now that Taylor Swift is quite the lucky one, with her rise to fame being nothing short of a love story. Before Swift found a place in this world, she was just a girl at home on her Christmas tree farm with a dream. No, really, I'm not joking. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm. Taylor Swift once said, "Someday I'll be living in a big old city and all you're ever gonna be is mean." And 4 years later, her lyrics, "Welcome to New York, it's been waiting for you," brought us full circle. Though she's gone on to show those haters how untouchable she can be, Swift's journey hasn't been shy of controversy and scandal from the beginning of her career at 15 years old. Fast forward 16 years, 11 Grammys, 9 albums, and 2 re-recorded albums later, and well, long story short, Swift's career has been quite the gold rush. But who was Taylor Swift before the fearless woman we know her as today? Whether you've been a fan since she was crying teardrops on her guitar, or just hate Jake Gyllenhaal, or you just wanted to know more about her lavish lifestyle, where she calls home, and the details about her rise to fame, well, stay right there. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13th, 1989 in Reading, Pennsylvania, and is of English, German, Irish, and Scottish descent. Her father, Scott Kingsley Swift, is a stockbroker for Merrill Lynch, and her mother, Andrea, is a marketing executive. Andrea named her daughter after James Taylor, the famed folk rock singer, in hopes that a gender-neutral name might benefit Taylor in her career. 3 years later, Andrea gave birth to Swift's younger brother, Austin, and began working as a stay-at-home mom. She made sure to include music and art in her kids' lives, taking Taylor to Broadway in New York regularly for acting and singing lessons. Taylor started to take a liking to country music, inspired by Shania Twain, Faith Hill, and other female artists. She began singing at small venues and won a talent competition when she was 11 that gave her the chance to open for bluegrass singer Charlie Daniels. But despite her successes, her ambition and love for country music separated her from the rest of her schoolmates. One day at school, her friends decided young Taylor wasn't welcome in their group anymore, a decision I'm sure they've lived to regret. But hey, there's nothing better than revenge, right? As Taylor was pretty upset, she went home and wrote a song about it. Old habits die hard, I guess, and she's had that blank space ready to write a name for a while now. One day when she was 12, Taylor and her mother encountered a computer repair man named Ronnie Kremer when they came into his store to record a demo. Kremer went on to teach Swift how to play the guitar, stating they quickly went from learning to play guitar to learning how to write and structure songs. Soon after, Taylor had written her first song on guitar called Lucky You. From there, well, there was no turning back, but Taylor had always been ready for it. So her parents rallied the help of a big-shot music manager who got Taylor a chance to show off her style in a modeling gig for Abercrombie & Finch during their Rising Star campaign. After going to several major label meetings, Swift would see her wildest dreams come true as she landed a spot in the Artist Development Program with RCA Records at the age of 14. Her and her family packed up and moved to Tennessee. Soon, Taylor was recording demos, and a performance at an industry showcase would catch the eye of ex-DreamWorks executive Scott Borchetta. Scott was about to form his own label, and he wanted Taylor to be the first one on it, but the problem was she was already with RCA. The label was going to make her wait until the age of 18 for her debut, but not Scott. So she jumped ship. Yeah, at just 15 years old, she took her contract with one of the biggest record labels in town and decided to just shake it off. Her old manager would later sue Swift and her parents for doing so. Her debut self-titled album came out on October 24th, 2006. Initially, the album didn't do too well, but as the weeks went on, it started to climb the charts and within the year went platinum. Success followed 2 years later as she released her sophomore album Fearless, which took home the Grammy for Best Album. Despite this accomplishment, it was mainly overshadowed by her win at the 2009 VMAs. I'm sure we all knew he was trouble when Kanye jumped on stage and stole her moment, voicing how Beyoncé should have won. This was the beginning of some bad blood between Kanye, his then-wife Kim Kardashian, and Swift that wouldn't settle for another decade. Taylor typically stayed out of large-scale scandals, with most of the tabloid headlines about her over the years being focused on her love life. The star fired back about her reputation on songs like Blank Space, addressing her media portrayal as some kind of mad woman whose sole endgame was to write songs about her exes and take them down. Taylor's discography of love and breakup songs has been treated as a game of Guess Who for her exes, with many making connections between John Mayer and Dear John, Joe Jonas and Mr. Perfectly Fine, Harry Styles and Style, and most notably, Jake Gyllenhaal in All Too Well and The Moment I Knew, and All Too Well the 10-minute version, and All Too Well the short film, and All Too Well the 10-minute version, Taylor's version, From the Vault, Sad Girl Autumn version, Long Pond, you get it. Now, Gyllenhaal's name has been popping up alongside Swift's over the last few weeks as Taylor re-recorded her 2012 album Red, including a 10-minute version of the fan-favorite song All Too Well, which oversees her relationship with Gyllenhaal. This all stems from Swift's dispute with her old label back in 2019 when Scooter Braun acquired the masters to Taylor's first 6 albums. And this would be the moment she knew that everything has changed. Taylor publicly disapproved of this, calling Braun a manipulative bully and having the epiphany to re-record her first 6 albums to create new masters, allowing her to own her discography. She would begin again with Fearless Taylor's version in April 2021. Upon releasing the re-recording, the original Fearless album dropped 19% in sales, then fell off the charts completely. Meanwhile, Fearless Taylor's version debuted at number 1. You know the power you have to re-release the exact same songs from 13 years ago and still have it top the charts? But this kind of success for Taylor is nothing new. Not only is Taylor one of the world's best-selling music artists of all time, she's also one of the world's highest-paid celebrities with an estimated net worth of about $365 million. She's also the queen of reinventing herself, so it should come as no surprise her real estate portfolio is similar. She knows places to live in luxury, from her California homes to sprawling New York City penthouses and everywhere in between. But no matter the home, you know she'll never go out of style. For her first stop, welcome to New York, where Swift basically purchased an entire block for $47.7 million. Her first spot in the big city was made back in 2014 when she bought 2 neighboring penthouses in the Tribeca neighborhood for $19.95 million. Then in 2018, Taylor also snagged the second-floor complex in the same building for almost $10 million, which spans over 3,500 square feet of space. Well, you know what they say, 2 is better than 1. This Tribeca duplex has amazing features such as an indoor pool, a master suite with floor-to-ceiling windows, a double-height living room with a fireplace, an ornate chandelier, and a cozier den that has yet another fireplace and beamed ceilings overhead. Also in 2017, Taylor bought a 100-year-old 4-level townhome next door for $18 million, which boasted features like a gym, a spa, antique wide plank wood floors, and a planted terrace with a Japanese paper glass wall. The townhouse boasted 7 bedrooms and 6 baths in total, with 3 of the bedrooms located in a next-door apartment. When Taylor needs a getaway, she has her Rhode Island mansion to escape to, which she reportedly snagged in an all-cash deal for $17.75 million. The property sits on 5 acres of land with over 700 feet of beachfront, not to mention it's on the highest point in Watch Hill, giving Swift amazing views of the water. This Rhode Island estate spans 12,000 square feet inside with 8 beds, 9 baths, and 8 fireplaces throughout, not to mention plenty of space for all of her guests when she throws her summer parties. No cruel summers here. But being a Nashville native, of course Taylor also owns property here as well. One of her first ever real estate purchases was in 2009 when she bought a penthouse on Nashville's Music Row for $1.9 million, which spans over 3,200 square feet of space. It's a corner unit with 3 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms over 2 levels. Other amenities in the building itself include a heated Olympic-length pool and a gym. Now, while Taylor spends much of her time on the East Coast, she still has an LA pad to retreat to. In 2018, Taylor sold 2 of her properties in Beverly Hills, a Cape Cod-style cottage for $4 million, and a smaller single-story guest house property for just under $3 million. However, she did hang on to one West Coast property, a 1934 Georgian revival estate she bought for $25 million back in 2015. The mansion formerly belonged to Hollywood producer Samuel Goldwyn until Taylor purchased it, and it spans 10,982 square feet of space. Inside the home boasts 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, as well as an old Hollywood vibe throughout. Most recently, Taylor gained approval from the Beverly Hills Cultural Heritage Commission to turn the estate into a historic landmark, and she started to restore it after this. And maybe one of these could be Taylor's forever and always home. Well, we hope you enjoyed this look at the come-up and success story of Taylor Swift.